Folks, look, we've been saying this for a while, and it is something that we have gone out of our way to try to explain. Me and Dawn, Tom, and a few others have been talking about the fact that China is going to be inconsequential in the last days, very similar to that of the United States of America. And a lot of people have had a very difficult time understanding that. But we simply assert the fact that the Bible doesn't seem to point to anything related to China. And I know that some people do conflate certain portions of Revelation to come to that conclusion. And, you know, people can have that opinion. But our belief is that China is not mentioned, and thus it will become somewhat inconsequential. Case in point, I'm reading an article right now in Zero Hedge that says China is on the verge of violent debt jubilee as disgruntled homebuyers refuse to pay their mortgages. Let me read this to you. And folks, this is a really big deal, okay? So pay attention to what Tyler Durden says in this article. He says, while U.S. snowflakes are too happy to talk the talk, which remains free, even despite flashbang's hyperflation, I substituted the word, you know what, for flashbang, Chinese residents are increasingly walking the walk. First, it was the violent outcry against mandatory vaccines, right? That put an end to the end of Beijing's desire to forcibly inoculate all Beijing residents in just 48 hours, a feat not at all of American armed militias having been able to achieve. And now it's a grassroots push for what appears to be a debt jubilee as millions of homeowners suddenly stop paying their mortgages, a shocking move that has sent shockwaves across China's capital markets and has sparked a panic within China's political leadership circles. As Bloomberg reports overnight, a rapidly increasing number of disgruntled Chinese homebuyers are refusing to pay mortgages for unfinished construction projects, exacerbating the country's real estate woes and stoking fears that the crisis will spread to the wider financial system as countless mortgages default. And folks, that is exactly where it's going. And what we're reading here is the fact that the Chinese are resisting so much that they are willing to even put their own livelihoods at risk in order to bring some semblance of freedom to their country. Folks, it's a big deal, and it is indicative of the fact that China is on the verge of falling apart and will very likely soon fall apart. And lo and behold, it should make every bit of sense because we know that China in the Bible is not mentioned as a consequential part of Bible prophecy. And I'm I am certain of that fact. And it would appear as though we are beginning to see the continuing of the beginning of the end for China. It's very interesting stuff. I thought it'd be a story you guys might want to know. Good information here. You can look up that article that was dated last week, July 14th, 2022. It's a pretty good one, and it's a good read if you have a moment to do it. But just remember, folks, it all goes back to the same things we've been talking about. God never gets it wrong. God bless you guys. Love you.